Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jack, this is Jthbooks, and it is that time again where we discuss what I'm reading in November and where you get to pick one and vote. I said that weirdly, but you know what I mean. So, October, it's gone, and we are now getting ready for November. It has turned cold here in the United Kingdom because of global warming. We had sort of a warm season. We had like a heat wave end of June, and then it's just sort of been warm, but not really hot or sunny massively. But we have hit the cold season now. I've got my jumper on. And I keep playing with these things and stroking them like, I don't know what they are. I wish I hadn't said that. But let's just talk about the books, because it got a bit weird there, didn't it? Got a bit weird. I have got 5 books here, plus the one you are hopefully all going to vote for. You can always vote. Comment down below and have a little chat with me, or I put it on the community page and you can just vote there with one click of a finger. So, you know, it makes it much easier for you all, I assume, if you don't like talking to me, which, rude. But anyway, what is wrong with me? Let's talk about the books. So, as you know, one non-fiction a month, at least one non-fiction a month. And spoiler alert, for the October wrap-up, I did not read the one I said I was going to. I did not read Cells by Gavin McCrae. Now, this was on the long list for the Polari Prize. It did not get shortlisted, so I didn't read it. But I still want to. So this is what I'm aiming for in November for my non-fiction. Shall we find out what it's about? Let's do it. Gavin is spending the quarantine with his 80-year-old mother, whose mind is slowly slipping away. He has returned home to care for her and to write a novel, but all he can write about is her. In this frank and revealing memoir, he unspools an intimate story of his upbringing and early adulthood. Feeling out of place as a child, homophobic bullying at school, his brother's mental illness and drug addiction, his father's sudden death, his own devastating diagnosis, his struggles and triumphs as a writer, and above all, his relationship with his mother. Her brightness shines a light over his childhood, but her betrayal of his teenage self leads to years of resentment and disconnection. Now he must find a way to reconcile with her before it is too late. I mean, it sounds fantastic. Why wasn't it shortlisted? I'm joking. I'm reading the shortlist and it's good. But I'm very, very excited for this one. And I'm sorry I let you all down for not reading it last month like I was supposed to. Now, as it gets colder, as the nights draw in and it gets darker earlier and I have more time to sit and read, it's the time of year I like to be emotionally destroyed. I just like a good cry over a book. I just like a good cry. And that's what I want. So, we are going to go for it. Like a YA cry. Let's go for a young adult cry, shall we? And we are going to try The First to Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Now, I pre-ordered this. I pre-ordered the special edition. I believe it's signed. If it's not, I'm going to get pretty mad. Well, it's time to get mad because it's not signed. I thought I ordered a signed edition, but I did not. I'm just double... No, it's not. It's just got fancy sprayed edges. But I can't pre-order a book and not read it by the end of the year when it comes out. So I've just got to do it. I've just got to do it. So let's find out what it's about, shall we? I hope it makes me cry. I just want you to know, I obviously cut it all out, but I've tried to read this like 7 times and I keep getting it wrong. Orion Pagan has waited years for someone to tell him he's going to die due to a serious heart condition, but now that he's signed up to Deathcast, he's ready to begin living. Getting an end-day call is the last thing on Valentino Prince's mind. He has a long and promising future ahead of him, and he's excited to spend the night at the Deathcast launch party. I'm keeping that in. I'm not going for 8 times. When Orion and Valentino cross paths, their bond is undeniable. But after the very first Deathcast calls goes out, oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? The boys' lives are changed forever, and one of them receives a call and the other doesn't. Sounds sad. This is sort of, I think, the prequel to They Both Die at the End, which was a huge TikTok sensation, wasn't it? So, just come on, just make me cry, Adam. Just do your job, make me cry. Now, this next one I want to read because I keep seeing some bloody book talk about it with his great Australian accent and talk about how much he loves it, and now I want to read it. And I've always wanted to read it, but he's pushed me to read it. If you want to follow me on TikTok, Book Talk, it's all linked down below. Everything's linked down below. Or like I always say, just search Jthbooks anywhere and I'll be there. Oh, yeah, that is. Which you probably don't want, but that's where I'll be. And it is In the Absence of Men by Philippe Besson. Just look at the cover. And it is translated by Frank Wynne. Now, I read Lie to Me by this author. With him. I didn't read it with him. I read it by him. And 5 stars. One of my favourite books. So This boy on TikTok keeps talking about it. So I'm ready, and I'm ready for it to emotionally destroy me. Let's find out what it's about. In the summer of 1916, and with German Zeppelins on the skyline, the men of Paris are off at war. For Vincent, the 16-year-old son of a prestigious family, the tranquility of the city sits at odds with the salons and soirees he attends. But after an electrifying encounter with the enigmatic writer Marcel P. draws Vincent's desires out into the light, his even riskier liaisons with a young soldier begin to shape Vincent's future. Yes, yes, yes. Just ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for this to be on my top 10 books of the year. Said it. There we go, I said it. I'm ready for it to be on there. Please be good. Watch me not read it. Watch me not read it. So, if the angle's changed, somebody knocked on the door. Unfortunately, it wasn't the postman. But these next two books, they are coming out next year. So I want to get a bit of a head start. I think I might do a reading vlog for them. But first up, we have one that is a 5-star prediction that I'm expecting to be on my favourite books of the year list for this year. And it is Blessings by Jthbooks Ibea. Now, as soon as I heard about this, I had to have it. They very kindly sent me a proof copy, and it is out in February. I wish I knew the date, but I don't. It just says February 2024. But let's find out what it's about, shall we? When Obifana's father witnesses an intimate moment between his teenage son and the family's apprentice, newly arrived from the nearby village, he banishes Obifana to a Christian boarding school marked by strict hierarchy and routine, devastating violence. Utterly alienated from the people he loves, Obifana begins a journey of self-discovery and a blossoming desire, while his mother, Uzomaka, grapples to hold on to her favourite son, her truest friend. Oh, I just think it sounds so good. There's been some brilliant queer fiction coming out in Nigeria lately, and I just think this is going to be added to the pile, basically. I cannot wait to read this. Next up, coming out on the 18th of January. Can you see I need to crack on? Well, I know it's only November, but Germany Blues could hit me. I could read nothing. So, best to get ahead of the game. We have One Love by Matt Cain. Now, like I said, 18th of January comes out. Very kindly sent me by the publisher. Let's find out what it's about. And I think it's going to be sweet. I could be wrong. I want to be devastated. But 2002. Danny arrives at Manchester University determined not to hide from the world any longer. This is the year his life will begin. I cannot tell you how many times I've said it's going to be my year. And it never has been. It never has been. He locks eyes with a handsome stranger across the hall at Freshers' Fair. It starts with a wink, and soon Danny and Guy are best friends. Now, both single... 2022. I forgot to add this 20-year gap. Now, both single for the first time in years, Danny and Guy return to the confetti-covered streets of the gay village for Manchester Pride. After years of shared adventures and lost dreams, Danny finally plans to share the secret he has been keeping for 2 decades. He has always been in love with Guy. Could this weekend be the end of a 20-year friendship? Or the start of something new and even more beautiful? This could be the start of something new. Yeah, I just sang Last Musical. No shame. No shame. That's what it reminded me of. And I'm excited. I'm excited to read this one. So, next up, we have what you've all been waiting for. We have it. It's time for vote. We have the Jthbooks TBR jar in my hand. That's too much of a mouthful. But let's just pick one. I'm just going to pick one straight away from the top. Oh. Okay, I'm going for it. Normally I have a little shuffle, but we just went in this time. We have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Put in there by Amelia Reeds. Amelia, thank you. You know I appreciate you. Thank you. Do you know what? I've always wanted to read that. I've never read it, so I'm excited for that one. But let's see what's up against. Don't let that sway the vote. It's like I wasn't going to pick another one then, wasn't it? So we pick one off at the top. We're just going to shuffle now. We have a good shuffle. We have Lot by Brian Washington. Let me get the books and we'll decide. Well, you'll decide, not me. Oh my gosh, like, if I was voting for me to read this, I wouldn't know which to pick. Like, we have... Okay, this one came at first. We have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. He looks a bit like me on the front cover. A bit unnerving. Let's find out what it's about. I can't pick. Okay. Enthralled by his own exquisite portrait, Dorian Gray exchanges his soul for eternal youth and beauty. Influenced by his friend Lord Henry Wotton, he is drawn into a corrupt double life, indulging his desires in secret while remaining a gentleman in the eyes of polite society. Only his portrait bears the traces of his decadence. The picture of Dorian Gray was a success to scandal. Early readers were shocked by its hints of unspeakable sins, and the book was later used as evidence against Oscar Wilde at the trial at the Old Bailey in 1895. It just sounds brilliant. Okay. Then we have Lot by Brian Washington, which is a collection of short stories, but I have read 2 Brian Washington books this year. They were both 5 stars. They were both going to be in my top 10 books of the year. So, oh my God, I don't know. Okay, let's find out what it's about. In an apartment block, the son of a black mother and a Latino father is coming of age. He's working at his family's restaurant, trying to dodge his brother's fists and resenting his older sister's absence. He is also discovering that he likes boys. All around him, his friends and neighbours experience the tumult of living in the margins. Their stories of living, thriving, dying across the city's myriad neighbourhoods are stitched throughout the boy's life to reveal a young woman caught out in an affair, the fortunes of a ragtag baseball team and a group of hustlers, a local drug dealer who takes Guatemalan teen under his wing, and the fate of a camera-shy mythical beast. With brilliant and soulful insight into what makes a community, a family and alive, Lot is about love in all its unsparing, steady forms. Like, I couldn't pick. I don't know how you're going to. I don't know. We have The Picture of Dorian Gray, which was kindly sent by Amelia, and we have Lot by Brian Washington, which was very kindly sent by Hannah. So, I don't know how you're going to vote. Good luck. They both sound so fantastic. I want to read them both. Oh, good luck. Good luck to you. I don't know how it's going to be done. So, there we have it. My TBR for the month of November. I think that's going to be a good month. I'm so excited and intrigued for that vote. But let me know if you've read any of these. Please feel free to like and comment and vote down below. And also in the community page you can vote now. And I'm going to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And I'm going to speak to you all really, really soon.